But speaking of you being out on the streets, I love your like little selfie videos where you're like, hey, here's me doing things. And then the libs, who, by the way, don't need to stand there. It is a free country. They can
literally walk away. I know. And Joe Bob, can I preface this clip too? Because you know what? After everything that happened with Charlie, I have been nervous to go out and conduct interviews. And so I've been doing a lot of B-roll shots, right? To where I'm just kind of at an event and I'm just there taking footage. And that's the journalism and the extent that I'm trying to take it to. What's been going on, though, is the left wing will see my press badge. They will see that it says Turning Point USA and make a point to come up to me to send a message. So I just want to preface this with the fact that I wasn't even conducting interviews. I was standing there minding my own business, and these men came up to me. So just want to preface that.
Okay, well, let's play that clip right now. This is among my favorite things that you do, and I really hope you stay safe out there. Watch this.
So this guy is so hateful and angry, he can't even tell me any of the racist things that Charlie is saying. So
I've already told you.
Okay, well then that's a police officer, by the way. All you have to do is walk away. So this gentleman found out that I worked at Turning Point USA and decided to come up to me and say that Charlie was a racist and a fascist. I was having a conversation. So you found out that I work for Turning Point and you said you can't stand here and talk with me because why?
Because Charlie Kirk was a racist, bigot, scum.
Oh, cool. Well, that's it's definitely helping the rhetoric there. And again, it's hard for me to like toe the line between being super, super upset about this, but also just making fun of them, because when you make fun of them, it makes them really, really angry and upset, which, you know, is I think a good way to push the ideas of reality upon them. But so that guy, that's a small clip. It's a big, longer clip. Go to Sav Says on the X account and find the full thing, because it's actually really interesting. Why don't these people just walk away?
You know, Joe Bob, in this instance, he actually did. And it's funny because at the end of this clip, he does walk away, but then he makes it a point to stay in the back of the clip to flip me off. So I'm like using him as B-roll at that point. I'm like pointing to him. I'm like, this guy right here who's flipping me off and being extremely aggressive. Yeah, this guy. And it's just hilarious too, because the left wing loves to lie. I mean, and you see it in this clip where he's like, I didn't say any of that. And then, you know, I go right to the clip of him saying the exact thing that he said he wasn't saying. And it's this gaslighting from the left wing. And it's also, again, the dehumanization of the political party that they disagree with that has led us to this point as a country. And of course, you know, we had got into what happened to Charlie because basically everybody at the No Kings protest was like, yeah, you know, we are going to label you something and then hope that whatever we label you, you know, in this case, a Nazi, a fascist, the KKK, you know, take your pick. They're then going to promote that those people should die. So we're in a very volatile situation in the United States of America. And, you know, similar to you, Joe Bob, right? I always try to bring a little bit of humor into what I'm doing, because when people are hurling insults at you, because this guy called me a token for Turning Point USA, because I was like, look, Charlie's such a racist. Sorry, go ahead.
We have that clip. Can we play it for you? And then you can continue on with your rant.
Roll the clip.
Here's the token clip. Savanah and I, both tokens, which is absurdly racist. Watch this.
So regarding the racism, I myself am a Hispanic Asian woman.
Okay.
He hired me on to, you know, represent his organization.
God bless. Everybody needs a token.
Okay, so I'm a token. This is like the third or fourth old white boomer this year who I have gotten on camera being like, you're going to get deported because you're brown. You're a token. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, am I living in crazy land? Because you guys are supposed to be the party that gets angry and fights against racism and gets angry at every little thing and cancels people over every little thing. And you are the same people that are sitting here telling me that because I think differently from you, that I'm a token and I'm too dumb to have my own like thought process or my own individual thought. And I'm just being used by the right wing. It's insane. Like what is going on, Joe Bob? I don't know.
Well, I think it's super interesting, too, because my complaint about the idea of identity hiring has been like, if you're going to promote people or hire people based specifically on their race and no other factors, you diminish the qualifications of the people that actually get the jobs, which is like like right there is exactly what all of us are concerned about. Like, hey, if you just hire people, if you just hire a Hispanic Asian woman, because she is Hispanic and Asian, well, then people aren't going to think she's qualified for the job, and therefore it diminishes your great work that you do, which is the entire problem. And that's what Charlie had been pushing so long and so hard. The idea that they're effectively doing the meme, like we're making fun of them for this, and then they lean into it, and it always continues to baffle me.